Mr. Kavanaugh, I'm with Judge Hurley. He's waiving the formal reading of the complaint, not guilty plea of the entry of the complaint. Mr. Flanagan.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge,
What?
I already spoke with him.
who wants a picture?
Oh, okay. Mr. Flanagan.
Thank you, Your Honor. The Como's request is that Orlando Kavanaugh be held without bail by the court on this matter during the pendency of the prosecution. The basis for that request, Judge, includes the facts and circumstances of the offense, the defendant's record of convictions, and the potential penalty that Mr. Kavanaugh faces. The nature and circumstances of the offense, Your Honor, are that there was a alleged home invasion at 50 Concord Street in the town of Rockland this July 8th. On that morning, Your Honor, this was this past Friday. The residents at that address were awoken approximately 7:40 a.m. by the sound of a crashing noise coming from the back of the house. Evidence revealed that this was from a rock that was used to smash the back window, which was next to the back door of the first floor apartment there. The allegation is that the defendant then reached his arm in, unlocked the back door, and entered the home. He was initially described as wearing a black hoodie, and he was described as being armed with a handgun. He pointed that handgun at the individuals inside of the apartment, which included a young man who was the son of Tina Gonsalves. Miss Gonsalves, upon hearing the commotion within the first floor apartment, came outside of the bedroom that she had been in and encountered the intruder, which the evidence identifies as the defendant. In the course of that struggle with Ms. Gonsalves acting to protect her family, there were a number of gunshots discharged allegedly by this defendant within the home. He's alleged to have struggled with Ms. Gonsalves initially, then to have gone deeper into the home and had an encounter with the victim's son, identified as Aaron Dorsett. He fired a shot at Aaron Dorsett, which missed him and lodged in the door frame. Projectile was recovered from that shot, as the witness had described. The defendant was then encountered both by Tina Gonsalves and Aaron Dorsett in an attempt to protect their own safety. He then withdrew back towards the back of the apartment, allegedly. And then again, in the course of the end of this struggle, as Ms. Tina Gonsalves was struggling with him, the defendant's black hoodie comes off and is left at the scene and recovered as evidence. A shot is then discharged, and Ms. Gonsalves is heard by witnesses, including a number of her children within the home. She's heard to say, "I've been shot." The intruder, identified as the defendant, is then observed to flee the residence through the back door of the apartment, and then to run out to a waiting gray Dodge Ram pickup truck, 2011. The Aaron Dorsett was able to go outside, and along with one of his younger siblings, was able to see the truck, to see the defendant get inside the passenger door of that truck. And the truck then fled before the door was even closed. They got the license plate. That license plate was then used to identify the person who had rented that 2011 Dodge Ram pickup truck, identified through the investigation as Terrell Nichols. Your Honor, in the course of this investigation, a civilian witness who was present inside of the home, who was friends with Aaron Dorsett, this is a young man who had a gun pointed at his head, allegedly by the defendant, picked the defendant before you out of a photographic array of 9 photographs depicting similar-looking young males. The son of Tina Gonsalves described the intruder as being 5'9", black male, with facial hair, with a skinny build, and all of this corroboration and fitting the description of the defendant before you. Although the son was shown the array, was not able to pick out the intruder from that array. In the course of the investigation, the coworkers learned that Ms. Gonzalez was taken to South Shore Hospital. She had sustained a single gunshot wound, an entry wound to the lower left abdomen, with that exiting out the right buttock, and a downward trajectory noted within that path of the wound. Ms. Gonzalez passed away at South Shore Hospital approximately 2 o'clock in the afternoon of Friday, July 8th. And an autopsy performed at the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner on Saturday, July 9th, revealed that the cause of death was that single gunshot wound to her abdomen, which caused perforation of her intestines and which caused perforation of major blood vessels. And that was indicated by the MD as the cause of death, Your Honor. The police were able to secure in the course of the investigation the defendant's cell phone when he came into Rockland Hospital, having sustained a single gunshot wound to the area of the left shoulder, consistent with the victim's son within 50 Concord Street, describing having leveled his own firearm during the altercation after the defendant had entered the home, and after he had been shot at, leveling a shot towards the upper body of the intruder. The phone recovered at Rockland Hospital was examined after a search warrant was secured to see the contents of that phone. And as well, Your Honor, the individual that I referenced before, Terrell Nichols, who rented that getaway truck that the specific license plate had been secured by the witnesses for, his cell phone records were also subpoenaed by the state police. And the content of those phones reveals text messaging allegedly between the defendant and Mr. Nichols, in which there was a conversation inferentially about the home invasion which was conducted on the morning of July 8th, the night before, the night of Thursday, July 7th, in which the exchange includes a question from the defendant before you as to when they should do this, and the answer coming from Terrell Nichols, the alleged driver in this matter. We have to hit them early and get them before the crackers wake up. I'm going to suggest to the court that this is a summary in a nutshell of certain parts of the evidence in this case, which certainly make out a extremely violent crime in causing the death and the murder of Tina Gonzalez.